Now, your father was a high-ranking member in the Flying Dragons.
Yeah.
Was that a New York gang or a national gang or
I mean,
international?
It was there's definitely links internationally, Hong Kong. There was a lot of Hong Kong, and then they go all over the place, San Francisco. So it wasn't just New York. It was pretty widespread.
And now the Flying Dragons, they're involved. They were big in the '80s.
I mean 70s, 80s,
70s, 80s. And they were involved in murders, kidnapping, drug trafficking.
Yeah,
the whole nine.
Yeah, 70s, 80s, 90s, and they all that heroin. Anybody ever heard of the term China White? That's the heroin that came from not particularly China, but like the Southern Asia, like Burma, like Vietnam, like all of that stuff was coming in, and at that time that was the strong shit. You know what I'm saying? That was the shit everybody wanted. So the Chinese was bringing it in. That's before the 9/11. So like the shipments, the cargo ships, they weren't as strict. So shit was coming in like that. You know what I mean? Through the boats, through certain shit like that.
Okay, and your dad was one of the top guys.
Yeah.
But you didn't really know your dad very well.
Nah, I knew him in and out. He was like, my mom, he was just looking for somebody to like move drugs for him, like looking for a mule, like looking for, you know what I mean? And then he accidentally got my mother pregnant, you know what I'm saying? And he never really claimed it. He never really claimed me, but he was around, but he wasn't around, you know what I'm saying? Like when my mother needed bread, you know what I mean? He would tell my mom, well, strap this up, and this is how you gonna get this money, you know what I'm saying? Like that, with me screaming in the back and all that, you know what I mean? So the relationship was like, I seen him a couple times. I mean, I had like, but it wasn't really a relationship. He wasn't really there.
He wasn't really around.
Nah.
So you actually started to kind of hate your father.
Yeah.
To the point where you actually joined his enemy's gang, which is the Ghost Shadows.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What did your dad do when he found out that you joined the Ghost Shadows?
My dad was gone by then. The feds eventually, people started telling, right? I mean, they started getting information. And then this is right after Giuliani got, they did the big bust on the Italians, and the Chinese came right after that. They came for the Chinese right after that. So the Flying Dragons, my father's crew was led by somebody named Machinegun Johnny, AKA Onion Head. You know what I mean? He was the big guy, and my father was his right-hand man. So what happened was, and this is something that I never really talk about. It's something but because, I want to keep it, it's my story. It's something that I've dealt with as a child all the way now, and I want to keep it truthful, and I want to express it. I want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? My father he turned state on Machinegun Johnny, and he got Machinegun Johnny ended up getting knocked, and the whole crew went down. So what happened? So there was a good time that Machinegun Johnny, my father was taken in, and Machinegun Johnny was out. So, and there was, now I know that I was a kid. I was like 3 years old, 4 years old, something like that. And I only know what my mother tells me and shit. But from what my mom told me was that Machinegun Johnny was out, and as soon as something happened to my pops, not even my pops, whoever, him, you know what I'm saying? Machinegun Johnny reached out to my mother like, yo, anything you need, like, yo, what's going on? What do you need? So she like, yo, my son is going crazy. Like, I can't control him. I have to work, you know what I mean? And he never left us no bread to take care of anything, so we fucked up right here. So he was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna send him somewhere else so he could get a better out the city and shit. So they sent me to Syracuse. I lived with a white family on a farm for like less than a year, but that shit, it wasn't a good experience. But anyway, he did above and beyond more than what my father did. You know what I'm saying? He made sure we was all right, he made sure he took care of shit, whatever. And then it came back that he told on Machinegun Johnny, they came and got him, Machinegun Johnny. So now, Machinegun Johnny was in jail, but there was still people out. I can't never take, that whole ranting thing. I can't say that's right or that's not, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not right. Once you, like I said before, once you take that on, once you get into that life, you know what it is. Whether you have children, whether you have a mother, dying mother, sick dog, whatever the fuck you got, you know what I'm saying? You signed up for it, and that's what comes with it, you know what I'm saying? When that time, when you making them millions of dollars or whatever you making, you know what I'm saying? Like that, but then there's also repercussions to that. And when the repercussions come, you signed up for it. So I'm never gonna say, but if his response, if his thing was to, all right, I have a son, you know what I mean, and I have a family, I have a mother, and I wanna I wanna save my family, and I'm gonna do that to secure my family, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna sign into whatever fucking, whatever witness protection program and bring my family and whatever, then I could all right, but then I still wouldn't agree with it, you know what I'm saying? But he did that and left us out there. We was out there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had no protection. My mom had a baby, you know what I'm saying? We had no protection. We were just out there on them streets, you know what I'm saying? And any moment, anything could happen. So my mother was living with that fear, like, because you didn't just, you told on the man, like you told on the people that was feeding the whole community, you know what I'm saying? And we was out there, and Machinegun Johnny made a phone call, and this is like, called my mother from jail and was like, listen, you ain't got nothing to do with it, you know what I mean? Your son doesn't have nothing to do with it, so you don't have to worry about that. And he called everybody off. But when we walked down the street, we would still feel the animosity and shit, you know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker called them off, you know what I'm saying? And like, and that just speaks volumes on that man, you know what I'm saying? That speaks volumes on him. And yeah, that was the situation. I never really spoke to my father after that. And I don't really know what he's doing behind after that, but I know that was the whole situation.
So do you know if he's alive still, or?
I think he is. You know what I mean?
But you don't have any contact with him.
Yeah.